So he comes barreling in. Now, keep in mind, it's probably April, but it's cool but warm. He comes barreling in with a fucking flannel on, work boots, and suspenders. And he has this immensely, freakishly overgrown mountain man type of beard. The type of beard that, if you get close to it, you'd get like stuck to it like Velcro kind of thing. I mean, he had stuff in the beard. I mean, he had stuff. He could pull stuff like you see these cartoons like Bugs Bunny and shit where they pull the stuff out of the hat and they just keep pulling shit and there's like tons of stuff in there. Shit that couldn't possibly fit in there, like they pull out a fucking 5-inch or 5-foot sandwich or something out of the fucking hat, and the hat's only an inch and a half big. Something along those lines. They'll pull out like baseball bats and shit. I mean, this is what the beard is like. And there he stood, and he tells us, God, I'm having like this flashback of evil, this flashback of pain, and it's really disconcerting to me because it's like I don't want to relive this. I don't want to relive this anymore. I want to go and cry myself to sleep, is what I'm talking about. So he gets up and he says in his gruff tone, "Now I'm here. Now listen, you listen up, kids. You listen up, boys and girls. I'm here to help you." Okay, now let me stop right there for a moment. Jim wasn't there to help us. He was there to help himself, and there was no I'm doing this for the kids type moment. This was, I'm going to try to get something out of it, and you ain't going to stop me. So he's like, "Now you boys and girls, you listen up. This is what we're going to do. I got some plans here. We're going to have spaghetti dinner. We're going to have spaghetti dinner. Don't you worry about the food. Don't you worry about the preparations. I'll tell you what to do. You're going to do it. We're going to get the food. We're going to load it up. And then we're going to go down to the local fire hall and we're going to have dinner for $17.95. And everybody just sat there and like, okay. Whatever. He's like, this is what we're going to do. And everybody didn't have a choice. I mean, there was no, what do you think of this? How about this? What can we do here? There was no question and answer time. This was this is how it is time. and he's like, "Now I expect you kids to work hard, work well, and don't give me any lip." Ain't the question? That was one. Jim was big about that. You ain't the question. If you question it, Jim, there's a problem. If you question it, you ain't right. And we're not even talking, respect your elders and, God appointed them over you and blah 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 and do it for God. There was none of this God anything. If you crossed Jim, you were just a bastard. Those sons of bitches. I mean, so that's basically where we stood. And then he, at the end, said, "Is there any questions?" And everybody's sitting there dumbfounded, like, what the fuck is going on here? He's like, "Now, you're going to do this, and you ain't going to say nothing? You ain't going to talk back to me? You're just going to do what the hell I say. You're going to do what I say, and then this is what I say is what I say, and what I say is what goes." And everybody's like, okay. I mean, that's basically the introduction to Jim. He walks in, and he's like, "That's it, boy. That's it. We're doing what we're going to do. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and that's the end of it. You ain't got a choice. You ain't got a choice. And don't give me any problems. Give me problems, you're going to be out of here. You give problems to..." Because it was all about working together. To Jim, it was all about working together. You work together, you work hard, you work well. And don't give me no lip. Okay. And that was... I gotta move on. Okay, I gotta move on. I'm retelling that same portion because it's like a record, and it's like it keeps replaying in my head. So somewhere along one of the meetings, because this happened not once, twice, I think maybe like 3 or 4 times, his daughter come up with the novel idea of, well, if the children, Daddy, if the children, they don't like spaghetti, maybe we could do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And Jim's like, what? Peanut butter and jelly? We ain't serving peanut butter and jelly. We're serving spaghetti. They don't like spaghetti? And the hell with them. The hell with it. They don't need to eat. That's basically what he said. And I almost think he swore. And he said something like, the hell with them or something. They don't want to eat spaghetti, the hell with them. I remember him saying that at one point. I don't remember if it was in the classroom or not, but I remember him saying that. But if they don't like the spaghetti, the hell with them, or damn them, or something like that. It was something to that effect. Like they could go to hell or whatever. They don't want to eat that spaghetti, they can go to hell. It was something to that effect. I remember that very clearly. Either that or I just made it up in my head just now. Either way, it's clear as a bell to me. So, basically he sets off into this gung-ho fucking spaghetti dinner. Now, a couple days after all this, somehow, my good friend Matthew and I, we get commandeered yet again to go to the man's house for dinner. We're gonna have chicken dinner at Jim's house. You know they like chicken dinner at Jim's house? It's like eating Kentucky Fried Chicken in Pakistan. It just is not what you want to do, ever. Okay? It's like drinking the water in Mexico. You just don't want to do it. But you're young and you're school age and you don't have a choice. Okay? You just don't have options in this. So it pretty much left us with the idea that we had to go and do it because it was our duty. It was what we were to do. It was our function within this group effort that we were to go to the man's house and help him set up this. Now keep in mind, we had no clue what we were going there for. We thought this had something to do with a spaghetti dinner. Come to find out, it didn't. No. This had nothing to do with spaghetti dinner. What did this have to do with? The fucking toy sale. At which point, we had no clue there was even a toy sale. There was no mention of, they're going to do spaghetti dinner and a toy sale. Nobody said nothing about none of that. It was spaghetti dinner, no peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti dinner. That's all there was. All of a sudden, out of the blue, he comes up with an idea, and we have to do it. We have to help him.